Hi people, how are you? I'll be back to my YouTube channel. I'm Victoria Nannoziv. In case you're new here and in case you're returning, thank you very much. First things first, in case you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. It is a Sunday and it means it's time for trending with Victoria. What is trending where you are? Of course, something is trending where I am, and I've come to share with you what is trending where I am. Remember, this is a segment that comes your way every Sunday. There are always 5 stories from different parts of the world. And our first story comes in from Uganda, where the Minister of Education, who actually happens to be the First Lady of Uganda, came out to address the nation on learning continuity or school continuity. Why did she come out? She came out because she had anticipated earlier that school was to begin on 27th April. That is for primary level and secondary level, and for tertiary and universities, school was to begin on the 2nd May. But that is not going to be possible because the lockdown in Uganda was extended, and when it was extended, these days are part of the extension, because the lockdown in Uganda, the now 21 days lockdown that we are in, is actually going to come to an end on 5th of May. And you realize that those 2 days that she had anticipated are still part of the lockdown, so students cannot go back to school. But while giving this speech, she said that parents are the greatest contributors to their children's education during this time, and she encouraged them to teach their children. She encouraged parents and guardians to teach children skills of how to do housework, of how to do the different housework at home, like cooking, cleaning utensils, and all those other things, and also equip them with positive attitudes. And she said, she reminded parents that they are the first teachers, and because they are the first teachers during this time, let them help out with this teaching. And she added that despite the fact that these children are going to be taught by parents, they also developed a framework as the ministry that is going to be sent to different districts. Yes, in Uganda we have districts, and from districts they will be able to send them to the different students and peoples in those different districts. Of course, we are in a decentralized system, so the districts will have to figure out how to do that, because it is already well planned out on how they are going to do it. And she went ahead and said that there is also going to be teaching on radios and TV stations. Now I'm wondering, students and people who cannot access radios and TVs, how is it going to be? Students, okay, they are going to send material, but if they send you material and you cannot be able to comprehend it, it's more or less useless. That is the truth. It is more or less useless. So now, if they are going to use radios and TVs, how about children who cannot access these radios and TVs? How is the government going to help them? And on top of that, she said some material they are going to send online, and that caused an uproar. And they said children like this cannot be able to afford online. Like, they cannot go online. They do not have smartphones. Their parents don't even know anything to do with, online something. Like, they just hear, maybe they just hear about it, maybe they've not even had it. And people came out to say, but such children who have to jump. I've seen children who have to trek from home, like long journeys. I've seen children who have to travel long journeys from home to school. Now, such children cannot be able to access the internet. Such children, you may find out that they not even be able to access TVs and televisions. How is the government coming out to help such children? Such children cannot even think of online anything. Like, they don't know what a computer is. They don't know what a smartphone is. Even you may find out that they don't even have networks in their homes. Actually, you may find out that these network things, their places are all a total mess. You cannot access internet from their area. So my dear Minister of Education, what are you going to do for such students and people who cannot access internet, who cannot access radios, who cannot access TVs? And yes, you may think they are few, but they are quite many. Children who come from villages are quite many. So let the ministry think about how it's going to help our sweet little brothers and sisters who cannot access these things, because otherwise they are going to miss out, and we do not want any student to miss out, and we do not want them to only gain skills from home. They also need education. They need education. Okay. The second story comes in from Madagascar, where the president of Madagascar during this week launched a cure for coronavirus. So in Madagascar, they came up with a herbal tea. Yes, it's a herbal tea. It's a mixture of different things, but local herbs. Yes, and they claim that it cures. And on top of that, while he was giving his speech on the day he launched this medicine that he also partook of, he actually said that it had been tested on 2 people and it worked, and he said it works in 7 days. It heals someone in 7 days. We have not yet got more reports of how many other people it has healed. Maybe we are going to get them along the coming week, but in case it works, why not? We can give it a try. This is Africa. We have had herbs for the longest time possible, and herbs have been used for treating people for the longest time possible in Africa. And yes, when I went to the museum to visit the Museum of Uganda, while I was touring the museum, one of the things that I saw was the way that they used to carry out surgeries back then. Surgeries were carried out. They did not start with modern hospitals. Surgeries have been on and have been carried out in the African society. So if they came out and they said it is a herbal tea and it heals, maybe it does. Maybe because these are herbal medicines that we've used for long. And yes, there are still herbs that we use in our day-to-day lives. Yes, when you've not gone to the hospital and you recommended that you take that herb and you get it and use it. So you never know, this herb actually heals. And if it heals, then why not give it to other people? And the president of Senegal actually came out to congratulate Madagascar on this innovation. And the president of Senegal did not actually just stop at that. He went ahead and purchased this drug from Madagascar. So we hope it works. And if it works, then let other people get it. Let us also get it and try to use it. And people were saying it wasn't tested in modern laboratories. In Africa, before we actually saw hospitals, drugs were not tested in modern laboratories. Drugs was tested on people, and when they worked, they were given to society to use. So there was no need of taking a herbal tea and saying we have to test it in a modern laboratory. No, it is the people that have to test it, and when it works, then it's good to go. It's good to be given out. It's good to be spread that, you know what, Africa came out with the cure. So like I said, I hope it works, and I hope it doesn't end up like the Maji Rebellion. In case you don't know the Maji Rebellion, go and read about it, where Africans were where certain Africans from a certain part of Africa were told that this concoction will work, but later on, it did not work. Let us hope it is not like that concoction, but it's really a concoction that works, and that people of Madagascar are healed, and people of Senegal and others who will partake of it, because you can purchase it. It can be purchased, and like I said, Senegal purchased it. And that leads us to story number 3, which is most studies have shown that most of COVID-19 patients who are put on ventilators die. Now, these studies were carried out in New York and in different hospitals. They are carried out between March and April. And these studies show that 88%. What? 88% of the people that are put on ventilators die. Can you imagine? Now, if you don't know what a ventilator is, I'll repeat this and repeat it. A ventilator is used in the process of treating COVID patients. And yes, it is used to help someone with breathing. In case someone runs short of breath, they connect a ventilator to them so that it helps them with breathing. Now, if these ones that are helping with breathing are killing people, what can we do? So what these doctors resorted to is that they would do a process of having to put someone on a ventilator and wait for the person and wait for someone to get to either a life or death. Like, it has to be between life and death for them to use these ventilators. It is sad. It is on a sad note that things we think will help are actually not helping. So they are they are using other methods, because I've heard of people that have been given vitamin C and all these other things, and they are, getting better. So yeah, they are using other means instead of just putting people straight away on ventilators. Now, as this process, the UK came out on Thursday and started testing vaccines, COVID-19 vaccines on people in the UK. People have gone there and given in themselves to test the vaccine. We've not yet got results of how this vaccine has worked. In case we get them, I'll be updating you next week about it, and whether it is working or it's not working, whether it has any effect or it doesn't have any effect. I'll be telling you that and more, but we hope it works. And in case it doesn't work, then Madagascar, in case that herbal tea works, then let us get this herbal tea from Africa and give it to people. Let it circulate in the whole of the world in case it works, and as people are coming up with different vaccines that will be used to treat this virus. Story number 4 comes in from America, where some Americans from some states, not all states, quote me well, not all states are resisting lockdowns. They came out to say that this is a communist thing, that, they are not supposed to be locked down. They should be let to go out. And I was looking at those people and I'm like, if you are in Africa, or India, you would not resist. In Africa, in India, you cannot resist. Because when you do so, those are some of the things that happen, these ones. These ones. So please, the people in America, as you can see, your numbers of COVID patients are increasing every day. The cases, the death cases, the active cases are increasing every day. Coming out to protest will not change the fact that people are having a virus. You coming out to protest that we should not have a lockdown, you're actually coming to pick a virus from someone who may join you and they have the virus. You're picking it, or you pick it as one person and spread to 10 more, and spread to your family and spread to so many other people. And that simply means you do not love your country people. Where is the love for your people? Where is the love for that people that you left home? Because when you leave them there and come to protest, it means you don't love them. This is the time to show brotherly love. This is the time to show brotherhood. This is the time to stand up for each other. So when you say that you're going out to protest and you're coming back home with the virus and you don't know that you've actually come back with it, you're actually saying that, my brother, I want to see you sick. You're actually saying that, America, I want to see people sick. Please, Americans, we want to see you alive and we want to see cases reducing, and we don't want you to take this in a bad way. Do not resist the lockdowns. Do not. Because you're showing how selfish you are. You're showing that I do not care about my brother. I do not care about my family, but I care only about me and about my being out. Sorry, I care only about myself. So put away your selfishness and think about your next brother, and think about your mother, and think about your father, and think about your loved ones, your children, before you come out to protest. And that can only happen in America, because when you walk to our countries, you'll get a serious beating, I tell you. But anyway, it is time, like I said, to show brotherly love. Let us show our fellow neighbors that we love them by accepting these lockdowns until the situation normalizes a little bit. Until maybe your president says that, or the governor of your state says that, you know what, we actually do not need this lockdown, and we've found ways of how to handle people amidst all this, because now Ghana is not on a lockdown, but they found ways of how to handle people even amidst not having a lockdown. But of course, they first had the lockdown, and they were the first country in the whole world, Ghana. In case you did not watch my last video, they were the country in the world to lift the 21-day lockdown, or the lockdown. So wait for the governors in your state to lift these lockdowns. Do not go on streets protesting, because you are killing yourselves and your people. Our story today comes in from North Korea, where the president of North Korea is rumored to either be dead or in a vegetative state. Now, why is he rumored to be dead? It's rumored that if he is dead, quote me well, if he is, that he died of a botched heart surgery that he died of a botched heart surgery because he had complications with his heart. And they say that a team of Chinese doctors were sent to his home to work on him. It's actually being said that they've spent some time without seeing him. They last stopped seeing him sometime this April, but it has taken like a week, or it has taken some weeks without seeing him. So we hope it's just a rumor, like it is, and it's not true. And we are praying for him, and we are praying for North Korea as a country. It is not good to be alive and you hear people saying that you are dead. It totally disturbs you. And then I said that some are saying he's in a vegetative state. Being in a vegetative state, for those who don't know, is when someone cannot do anything for themselves. They are there, but they are fed. They are helped in everything. You totally cannot help yourself. So we are praying for him, and we are praying for North Korea as a country, because this is a tough time. This is a tough time, and then to get such news, it really disturbs. There are photos of him that have been going around when he's in a casket, and so many other photos about him. That has been me, Victoria Nannoziv, today. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let us have more conversation in the comment section. Tell me what has been trending wherever you are, and remember to watch these stories to an end, because it is news, and since we get to add in, I get to add in here and here. I cannot have it just for a few minutes, but have it for the minutes that we have it. Thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. See you. Ciao.